Hey guys, Thrash Metal Headbanger here, back with a fucking brand new video. But anyways, today I'm at a different angle because I'm high as fuck. I'm not around like the bottom of the posters or just here. I'm just gonna be like here. That's my death poster, so let's get it started with. Got the Sodom, got the fucking wristbands, let's go. Now today we're doing bad metal albums besides Saint Anger, which was going around in the more underground YouTube metal community a few months ago, and I was planning to do it, but it didn't end up. So, anyways, let's start. Korn, the Path of Totality. Honestly, I only really like Korn's 90s albums, but this is just a glooming piece of shit. I mean, seriously, I just don't get how you fucked that up. It's not really a metal album either. It's kind of like a dubstep, like an electronic rock album, but with like dubstep mixed. It's it's hard to fucking explain, but yeah. I'd rather not fucking talk about it, but I'm doing the video about it, so yeah. Not a good album. I'll say that. And they did that song with Skrillex, which I was not a fan of at all. Personally, I'm more a fan of the song Falling Away From Me, because that's a fucking excellent song. I may cover it one day. Doubt my fucking audience would like it, because we're all thrash and death metal guys, but could happen. Who knows? Anyways, that being piece of shit is out of the way. We can get on to the next piece of shit. Yeah. Okay, so next is Celtic Frost, Cold Lake. Okay, now this album is just like very misplaced in their fucking catalog. Like, it's not necessarily a terrible album, but it's not a good album either. It's just weird and glammy, and it's like they did this in the middle period of when they were doing like basically just first like black metal. So this is just like glam metal with a slight hint of speed metal. So I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, to be quite frank, it's pretty weird. And I do like some glam, not a lot of it. Glam stands for gay LA metal. Just kidding. But this album just doesn't do it for me, I gotta say. It's honestly, it's not the worst thing that's ever come out. Like, if you compare it to, like, Metallica's shitty albums, like Load, Reload, Saint Anger, and basically everything they did after the Black Album, because that was, in my opinion, their last good album before they just went full on just shit. But yeah, and a lot of the other bands in the 90s. But anyways, it's in the next one. No, the next one is an album by Morbid Angel. I don't really know how to pronounce it. It's like Elude Divinum Insana. I don't fucking know how to pronounce it, like, honestly, but I think you know what I'm talking about. It's like industrial death metal. It came out in 2011. Like, because the thing is, like, Morbid Angel, other than this and, like, one or two other albums, they have a fucking flawless discography, but and it must hurt even more because they thought that David Vincent was coming back as going to be the best shit they ever did since, fucking Domination or whatever that album. The album with, Feel the Slime, but, like, they were greatly anticipating this band. Like, there was, like, long 8 years, and they were sorely disappointed. Was this just fucking industrial death metal? Because that's a thing now. And the album cover just looks weird. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't even want to fucking talk about that album. It's just a disappointment. Anyways, to the next one. Forbidden by Black Sabbath. Okay, now, Black Sabbath, anything really after Born Again, besides from Dehumanizer and 13, I'm not really a big fan of. But they're not bad albums. But this album, they feel like they've lost their way on this album. It doesn't represent Black Sabbath at all. And I fucking love Black Sabbath. Master of Reality and Heaven and Hell and the subtitled albums are my favorites. But this album just fucking... I mean, the cover's pretty uninspiring too. It doesn't really... It's not bad, but it doesn't really... It's just a bit ordinary. ordinary Grim Reaper shit. And this isn't Black Sabbath Evolved, which it suffers greatly from, to be quite frank with you, but the only really original member in this, I'm pretty sure, was Tony Iommi. And it fucking shows. So, yeah. It's not like I don't like Black Sabbath post-Dio, because I do. I mean, like, this album just isn't, like, at least Tony Iommi delivers his, like, signature doom-laden, like, kind of just doomy Sabbath riffs that have become synonymous with the band. But, yeah, not their best work. And that's a fucking understatement. Next we have Slayer Diabolus in Musica, or Diabolus, or how the fuck you pronounce this album. I can never get it right. Okay, well, now this album is interesting. I know a lot of Slayer fans wouldn't like to hear this, and me included, because I'm a massive fucking Slayer fan. Fucking Slayer, as I would love to say. But, yeah. It's basically a nu metal album. Like in actuality, it's a nu metal album. Like, okay, so it's not entirely nu metal. It's more like groove with nu metal. Like, okay, I'll say this: it's 60% groove metal and like 40% nu metal. But I fucking hate nu metal so much that I can't take any amount of nu metal. It just makes me feel fucking physically ill. You know, so yeah, I can't do that shit. Like, Slayer and nu metal is something that you wouldn't really expect together, and of course it fucking heavily, like, disappointed fans, and of course Anthrax, another band from the Big Four, did all that shit, and Slayer were following the nu metal rage, and I think that was the biggest mistake of their entire career, besides from quitting. I guess quitting wasn't really the biggest mistake. Not because I don't like him, I fucking love Slayer, but they kind of needed to. Like, in all seriousness, in all fairness, like, they were really, you know. I mean, State of Mind, though, was pretty cool. But, yeah. It's not for me. I've said that a shit ton in this video, but hey. Okay, I'll give a quick honorable mention and then get back to the list. Load and Reload by Metallica. I just don't like Metallica after the Black Album. Like, I love them before that. Like during the Black Album, they were good. Before that, they were fucking great, but they were still good in the Black Album. But after that, they just had a downfall. Anyways, next, Iron Maiden, Virtual 11. Okay, this album is an interesting one, to say the least. What were they playing at in 88, though? No, 98, like... Bruce Dickinson... Okay, Maiden without Bruce Dickinson or Paul Di'Anno isn't Maiden. I mean, and Virtual 11... It's... I don't know, it's just fucking boring as shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. The Blaze Bayley isn't a terrible vocalist, but he's not Paul Di'Anno, he's not Bruce Dickinson, and he doesn't suit Maiden, is what I mean. Like, out of anyone who would suit Maiden the least, it would be him. So yeah, that's what I got to say for now. Yeah. Ooh, what other albums can I talk about? I'm trying to think. Metal Magic by Pantera. Okay. I don't hate Glam Terror. I actually kind of like Glam Terror. Like, I don't like Projects in the Jungle or Metal Magic, but I like I Am the Night. And Power Metal, I don't consider it glam metal. It's like 5% glam metal, and the rest is like... It's a speed metal album. Like seriously, I don't know why people consider that a glam metal album, but This album, it's it's cheesy as fuck. Like the guitar work is pretty good, but other than that, and the cover art was fucking hilarious. Oh my god, if you've never seen the cover art, you have to. It's hilariously bad. Honestly, it's a far cry from what they evolved into. It's an example of changing for the better. Like, in all fairness, despite members being in their teens at the time, so it's pretty cool. Like Dime was doing some pretty. Dime has always been good in all the albums, no matter the album. Dime is always a fucking cool dude. So yeah. But okay, next one. Risk by Megadeth. Okay, this is just shit. There's no other way to say it. It's shit. It's just shitty alt rock by one of the best thrash, hell, one of the best metal bands to ever walk the face of the planet. I remember, like, last year I was a massive Megadeth fan. Like, yeah, I still am. But this album is fucking shit. Even then, like, the only really song that doesn't suck all the tits in the suck all the dicks in the world is Prince of Darkness, because that's actually a cool song. The rest of the song can suck every inch of my dick. Shit album. Fuck you, Risk. They took a risk with that album. Not a very fucking good one. That's an understatement. Okay. And this is I'm not gonna include any shit bands on this album, any of their albums, or any bands I don't like, because like I know they're shit in my mind. Like I'm including good bands with bad albums. Okay, next one is Enderama by Creator. It fucking hurts me to put this on the list because Creator are like my second favorite band of all time behind Exit. It's like Pleasure to Kill. There, I have that flag. It's my favorite album, 1986. It's one of my favorite albums ever. I fucking love it so much. But Enderama, it's just really it's an industrial metal album. There's no better way to say it. And I'm not a big fan of industrial metal, but I can get down with some of it. I do admit. I like Fear Factory, and I like a little bit of Ministry. I like a few Rammstein songs, but that's it. Like, honestly. That's about it. It's the least thrash album, obviously, of anything, but honestly, and with the Rammstein thing and the Ministry thing, I only really like a couple songs of those. So yeah, I'm not a massive fan of them. Don't take my word for it. But yeah, this album, it was a very controversial thing to do. Like, I mean, people are still criticizing Creator for having a Melodeath, like hints of Melodeath in their newer thrash stuff, but I fucking love it. I don't give a shit what any of you say, but Enderama is not worth the listen. Don't waste your time on this album. Seriously. It's not worst thing to come out of the 90s, of course, because the shit that they put out, I mean, that other bands put out. But still, Sodom put out way better shit. It's not worth listening at all. Next. Okay, so next we have... Okay, next album is Volume 8, The Radius Grill by Anthrax. Shitty, new metal-y shit! Anthrax just got really fucking shit after Sound of White Noise. Oh my god, and that hurts me to say, and they only really got good back when Joey Belladonna rejoined, because after that, they were shit. Joey Belladonna is got to be the nicest guy in metal, and I think they kind of mistreated him in some points, but hey. He's a fucking god, and this album is shit. Okay, I'm gonna run out of time soon. They're also goth. Oh, back to Enderama, there's also pretty gothic metal influences, so yeah. Anyways, I think I'll end the video here. See you next time.